Welcome to a beautiful afternoon at Tuscarora Park in New Philadelphia as Adelphia Media Services presents high school baseball as the New Philadelphia Quakers today take on the Indian Valley Braves in ECOL action. We have Coach Rick Grimm of New Philadelphia with us here pregame. And Coach, thanks for joining us first off. And a little bit of an unusual situation, I guess. And you guys played yesterday, right?
Yeah, a little bit of back-to-back. We feel that might be an advantage, on our part because we feel very confident in our pitching staff, and we're kind of changing up day to day. Yesterday we pitched Jay Watson, who's more of a finesse pitcher, and today we're going with Josh Tristano, who's a little bit more of a power pitcher. So we'll see how those guys can adjust.
That game, it ended up 8-4, but as you were relating to me, plenty of chances along the way, and it might have been a different story.
Yeah, well, the grand slam by Haney in the first inning, put you in the hole 5-0, and we stressed to the kids throughout the entire game, to stay the course and keep trying to do what our game is and keep trying to execute to get the runs back and chip away. And we were able to chip away to an extent. We had a lot of runners on base throughout the game, but we just couldn't come up with those couple real big hits to tie it up. And I got to give credit to Mike McPeak yesterday through a very smart ball game, kept the ball down, kept us a little bit off balance, and the results were evident with the 8-4 score.
Frustrating when you strand runners. This is a league game. It's a double round robin, but I guess this one gets pretty important now, right?
Extremely important on our part, not necessarily so much for them. We lose this one, we go down 3 in the loss column, and against a quality team like that, they're probably not going to stumble 3 times with 4 or 5 games left. So, we're going to try to win, do our best to win tonight and keep the standings close and hopefully win out and see what happens.
As you mentioned, Tristano, the starting pitcher. Anybody in mind after that if he starts to tire?
We're going to go with Roger Holstaff after that. Whoever can pick up a ball and throw it across the plate, that's who's going to go. Actually, the first guy we're probably going to go with again is Steve LaCroix, who threw in relief last night, and he says his arm's in pretty good shape tonight. So we'll see how rubbery that arm is if he can come back and throw another 2 or 3 for us tonight.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
That's Rick Grimm of New Philadelphia, and we'll be back with Indian Valley coach Dave DiDonato right after this. Back here at Tuscarora Park, we're now with Dave DiDonato, Indian Valley head coach. Coach, first of all, congratulations on accomplishments thus far this season, coming in 16-3 and state ranked. That speaks highly of the Braves program.
Well, this is our favorite time of the year. We're in tournaments right now, and if you can't get excited now, then pilot light is definitely out, Brad.
Last night, a big game, kind of a makeup from a hailstorm, and a pretty quick preview of the game tonight. Were you able to learn anything about New Philly and your ball club?
Yeah, we did actually. They're a lot more aggressive on the bases than they've been in the past. They do a lot more things on the bases. They've always been a good hitting team. We expect this to be a battle. We know their backs are up against the wall, and I know Philly kids and Coach Grimm, they're going to come out fighting and scraping.
Indian Valley has said, been noted for having strong ball clubs. Last night you got off to a good start. You even had a grand slam in the first inning. Is that important to kind of reestablish yourself tonight?
It always is, but actually, if you look at our stats from the 4th inning on, we've outscored teams something like 90-30 or something like that. We're really, I was glad we got off early. I'd rather do it that way, but we feel if it's a close game, we feel we're going to do something to win the game in late innings. That's just how our kids have been playing all year.
How's your pitching lineup tonight?
We're going to go with Mike Robinson. Mike's a lefty, and he's 2-1 or 3-1 for us. He's really pitched well for us. He pitched against Hebron Lakewood, who's Division 4 or Division 2 ranked number 4, and he pitched really well against one of the best hitting teams in the state. So we feel pretty confident with Mike. He's a pretty intense competitor. He's got a good move to first base. So we're looking forward to Mike against Philly. We feel pretty good.
You're going with a left-hander. Does that make any difference to your lineup or your way of thinking?
A little bit. I know that it's hard to run on left-handers. I mean, we almost have a rule that if there's a lefty, we don't run unless he makes a mistake. They're pretty crafty, and I know that when I see a lefty warming up, it's like I don't care if he's throwing very hard. Our whole dugout's like, oh, geez, we're going to see a lefty. But Mike has really picked up his velocity from last year. He's probably added about 4 to 5 miles on his fastball, which is a lot. And he's got a great changeup, and he'll throw his curveball. He's a complete pitcher this year, and on top of that, he competes when he's out on the mound.
I know it was a good game last night, only a couple of fielding errors, and you guys really went after each other, so good luck tonight, and hope to see the same.
Thanks a lot, Brad.
Dave DiDonato of Indian Valley, and we'll be back with the game here in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Tuscarora Park on a Beautiful day for high school baseball as the New Philadelphia Quakers host the Indian Valley Braves in an East Central Ohio League matchup. The Quakers looking at this pretty much as a must-win game. Jeff Stavanis, as they are 11-5 overall, 4-2, but that puts them 2 games down in the loss column to Indian Valley, who is 7-0 in the league. And if you go down 3, you just about have to concede that you're not going to get that kind of help from the rest of the, well, Cambridge and Meadowbrook, I guess.
Yeah, I think Indian Valley has 2 games left with each of those teams, and I think Meadowbrook's only got 1 league loss, and I believe they have Coach Dean said they had a 8-8 tie, suspended game with New Philly, I believe. So.
Right, so we're not quite sure where they're at there, but certainly New Philadelphia wants to rely on themselves. They played a game yesterday which was all but 2 batters of a complete game, which had been suspended earlier by a hailstorm, and New Philadelphia got down, gave up 5 in the first inning, and Indian Valley won that game 8-4, but certainly the Quakers had chances, left a lot of base runners, and felt like they've got a good chance today to get one back. I guess it comes down to pitching, as always.
Yeah, both teams are good offensive teams. Indian Valley, of course, their team batting average is, I believe, their on-base average is 49.
Yeah.
The team batting average is 367 as a team. So if you get 1 or 2 individuals, that you usually feel pretty happy. Here, their team's batting that. So New Philly, also a very good team average of 318. So 2 rolling teams, but I think both teams are throwing a couple of better have good run averages for their pitchers.
They certainly are. Josh Tristano, as you see, warming up for New Philadelphia, comes in 2-0. He has saved 3 games and has an earned run average of 269 in 13 innings pitched. And I would think on a nice warm day like this, he might be able to bring it pretty well.
Yeah, you have to, when you have spring sports in Ohio, you have to really appreciate when you get days like this. There's not that many of them, and when you get them, you really, it's got to be a big help to the pitchers.
For Indian Valley, they will lead off with T.J. Gears, senior right fielder. Ty and Emma, a senior center fielder, bats second, and Mike McPeak, who is the DH today and a senior, will hit third. He pitched yesterday, and as you saw with Coach Grimm, gave him a lot of credit for keeping his ball club off balance and really kind of sewing up when they had those threats and opportunities to maybe tie the ball game or take the lead. McPeak did a good job. Our umpires today, Al Bucky Corwin will be on the bases, and the young phenom, so to speak, Josh Carlisle, is behind the plate. Josh, an Indian Valley graduate, I don't think that's going to affect the way he calls balls and strikes today because he is to be a professional umpire a little later on this summer.
Yeah, I believe he finished first in his school down in Florida this year. I think probably a couple hundred people attend that school, and his goal is to be a professional umpire, and he's getting his shot. He'll start, I think maybe probably they start, it's that short season, they start their seasons, I think maybe in about time school's out. And
in the Northern League, so he's up, what, Minnesota and some of those places?
Yeah, I think it's probably out in that area.
So he better enjoy his social life while he's here.
Yeah, that minor league umpire, you have to really pay your dues. I think I saw the average, I forget what it is, 8-9 years before they make it to the majors when they go through the minors. So
It's not only just the bus rides and the low meal money for the players. The umpires are experiencing much the same thing, but they get booed just as much as they do in the big leagues. So.
yeah, I'm sure. I've seen a lot of minor league games.
We're just about ready to go here as Tristano takes the ball, and again, Gears will lead it off. Indian Valley got off to a quick start yesterday, although, as Coach Dito said, they have been a late inning team, but he would certainly like to see them get off to a good start today, and Gears will dig in from the left side.
Comes in with an average of 296 on the season.
Everybody's set, and we are ready with the first pitch this afternoon from Tristano, and it has taken a called strike, and we're underway. And again with Tristano, he has 1 complete game, has only given up 5 earned runs and 8 hits over the 13 innings. He has walked 10, however, so I'm sure that's something that Coach Grimm's going to keep an eye on. And there's a breaking pitch as the count goes even. We'll check the defense here for New Philadelphia as we go along. Ryan Ricklick is the catcher. 1-1 on the way. And that one is taken for a strike. At first base is Logan Tidrick. Adam Wilson's at second. Jay Bieber's the third baseman. And Kyle Leggett is the shortstop. And we'll go around the outfield after the next pitch. So it looks like Tristano so far is dialed in pretty well in the strike zone. Gears is going to hit that one not quite out of play, but out of the reach of third baseman Jay Bieber. And it'll hold at a ball and 2 strikes. First inning just underway. Out in left field for New Philadelphia is Matt Gazdick, the center fielder. Is Jay Watson, who pitched yesterday, and Travis Putnam is the right fielder. And again, the 1-2. Fastball this time, fouled straight back. Pretty nice little crowd gathered today, kind of enjoying the weather.
Yeah, nice day to be out. Making the pitcher work. He's throwing 5 pitches already.
Well, and I think that's key too, because you know, if you can get past the starter and get into the quote-unquote bullpen, not quite the same as it works in the pro leagues, then you might be doing yourself some favors, depending on how tired their arms are or how many throws they've had to make from short or left field or wherever they're at in the game. 2-2 now. Gears really working him here. Good job by the leadoff hitter. Takes it just inside. Checked his swing as he was jumping back, a little indecision, but it's a full count.
Check. He's only struck out 3 times this year, so that's really what you want out of your leadoff man.
Gears a senior. You like having that guy left-handed leading off, and especially against mostly right-hand pitching. Here's 3-2, and he takes a golf swing at that one and puts it out of play beyond the third base dugout over on the left side, so it stays at 3-2.
This will be the 9th pitch to this batter, so a lot of times that's the things like that will show up later in the game if you can make him throw a lot of pitches.
Right, that makes the coach's decision whether to leave a pitcher in a little tougher as well. 3-2 is high, and Gears draws the walk, so a great at bat to get Indian Valley off to a start here, as he was down in the count 1-2 and gets the walk. That brings Tyan Ammett to the plate, senior center fielder. He'll hit from the right side. And now let's see how aggressive the Braves are on the base paths here with nobody out here in the top of the first. Cristano working from the stretch, of course. Not a big lead for Gears as he checks, and there's a strike at the knees. On deck, Mike McPeak and Dave Caneston. Another senior will follow him. Again, Gears takes the lead. A little bit more that time. Breaking ball misses as they look the runner back. Ball on a strike. Sometimes a pitcher is way more effective from the windup than the stretch, too.
Yeah, that can have a big effect. They've only got 2 sacrifice bunts this year, so you'd look for them probably to be swinging away.
Runner hesitating. There's a ground ball off the plate. Fielded. The throw is going to be in time. Tidrick at about 6'4", has a nice stretch there, so the play goes 5-3, and Amma's out at first. Gears moves up to second base, so in a sense, got the job done without bunting.
Yeah, he doesn't get credit. He does get credit charged with not bat, but it did serve the same purpose.
1 out. McPeak, the DH, number 22, steps in from the right side. Again, that's TJ Gears on second base as you look at Josh Tristano. He's a junior. They step away from the runner, and there's a fly ball lifted to medium center. Underneath it is Watson. He makes the grab. Gears tags up, fakes, and Watson makes a strong throw to the cutoff man, and Gears will have to hold at second. So McPeak flies out to center to make it 2 down. Still a runner in scoring position, but now Dave Caneston needs a 2-out hit to keep the inning alive. There's just a bit of a breeze today. It's not anything strong that I would think would affect a ball in the air too much. If it's going to help, it would help, I would think, going out to center or left center, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's really not a flag to tell.
Feels like it's kind of off our back.
Yeah. See why Caneston's the cleanup hitter. He has 9 home runs and 26 ribbies.
Yeah, it comes in
444.
batting 444. They were probably glad to get him. 2 down now in the Braves batting half of the first. Gears takes a lead. And a curveball is a strike. Well, a lot of times a Guys will come to the plate the first time around, and maybe they don't get a good cut, but they do learn something and bring it back next time. Gears is on the run, and Knestot drives it to right center field. Going back, the right fielder looking up and making the catch about 6 feet from the fence as Travis Putnam puts it away. So the Braves put a base runner on, no hits, and nobody left after half inning. It's Indian Valley nothing, and New Philadelphia coming to the plate. And we're back at Tuscarora Park, bottom of the first inning, as New Philadelphia prepares to bat. No score. Indian Valley going down the top of the first inning, and the Quakers will send Jay Watson up, center fielder leading off. He'll be followed by the third baseman, Jay Bieber, and Adam Wilson, the second baseman here, as they face a left-hander. And he's got some pretty good numbers for Indian Valley. Stepping up here, Mike Robison, and he's got, what, 2 wins already this season. And his first pitch just under the knees for a ball. What are his numbers like, Jeff Stavanis?
Yeah, he's pitched 20 and 2/3 innings, has 20 strikeouts, and has walked 9. Is a real good 2.37 ERA.
You get a good look at him as he deals, and that one is low and in, evening the count. Just a fantastic day here at Tuscarora Park. Now, if you're on the left side of the field, left fielder, third base, shortstop, you are definitely dealing with the sun in the field, and that could come into play at some point, especially the lower the sun gets. And there's a strike. 2-1 now, and Watson, in a good hitter's count, maybe swinging if this one's close. And he does. Jammed him a little bit. Fought it off straight back. And now it's 2-2.
I just noticed as a team, Indian Valley only has 2 wild pitches, so either good control plus probably a real good catcher back there. That's, you know, for that many games in high school, that's a good statistic.
Yeah, you got to give some credit to Kellen McMillan and whoever else has put on the gear this season. 2-2. Watson wraps it into right field for a base hit. So the Quakers are off and running here in the first inning with the first hit of the ball game. Well, he was pretty smart there too. With 2 strikes, he didn't try to muscle that one up at all.
Nice job just going to with the pitch.
Jay Bieber, junior third baseman, steps up. We talked about Indian Valley's tendency to not sacrifice. Let's see what they've got Bieber doing here. Coach Grimm coaching third base.
Philadelphia has 12 sacrifice bunts in the year, so might look for him to.
Yeah, early in the game here. And he does square to bunt and fouls it to the screen. So it goes 0-1. Is this an art that's being lost?
I think it's not done as well. At least the major league level, I know it's not done as much.
I honestly think the American League is to do with that in part because you got so many good hitters 1 through 9 instead of just 1 through 8 or what have you, that you know, the reasons to bunt maybe aren't as strong as they used to be.
Yeah, when you have the average runs being like Texas coming in averaging 6 runs a game, you don't want to play for 1 run.
Move to first. Knestot has to come off the bag. Watson back easily anyway. New Philadelphia batting the bottom of the first inning. No score. Jay Watson at first and Jay Bieber at the plate having fouled off 1 bunt attempt. It's 0-1. And now a step off, and Knestot has to dive to get this one.
He fields it. You got third now.
Well, this step back move is quick, but a little wild with that one.
Yeah, left-handers, you have to really be careful because they can lift that leg and come to first pretty easy.
Runner goes, and the pitch is bunted well in front of the plate. Robinson will have to turn and fire to first for the out. Perfect sacrifice bunt for Jay Bieber. It was bunt and run as Watson was taking off on the pitch. He's to second easily, 1 away, and Adam Wilson will come up with a runner in scoring position.
That's the kind of play. Sometimes you get the guy all the way to third on that when he's off to the pitch. Looked like he had a pretty good jump, too. I think if it had been a ball, I think he would have had the base stole.
Yeah, he had a pretty good shot at it. Robinson is not a flamethrower by any means, but coming from the left side, you change up speed, you don't have to throw it 90 miles per hour. Looks at the runner and deals a strike at the knees. Wilson coming in with a .519 batting average. Runner on second and 1 out.
Work down, Mike. Something down. Down.
Again from the stretch. Little fake at the runner. And that one's way up and away. What'd you tell me? An Indians minor league scouting report said of one of their pitchers?
Oh, said he has good control for a left-hander.
Qualifier, huh?
He runs good for a catcher.
Right. Robinson takes a long look in at Ricklick, excuse me, to McMillan, and fires it, and there's a ball popped high in the infield. The pitcher is calling it, and will step back. Oh my, he caught that in the heel of his glove and is trying not to look up as he takes a big sigh of relief as he made the catch. 2 out. If he drops that, there's no way he can throw the runner out at first.
That was one of those major league pop-ups. That was up there. Pretty good hang time on that one.
So a good job by the pitcher, getting the number 3 batter to pop up, and now with 2 down, Ricklick the batter, the catcher number 11, pretty much faced with the same situation as Indian Valley had in the first inning. Now with 2 outs, they've got to get a hit to try to make a run for themselves in a scoreless game. There goes Watson with his lead, and the pitch is at the knees on the inside corner. Now that is a pitch that's going to be tough to do anything with all night.
Yeah, if you could throw them all there, why? Either down on the inside corner or down the outside corner. They're tough to handle.
Taking a look, Robinson deals, and that ball is laced into center for a base hit. That's going to score a run. And now it gets by. Going to second. And making it on the slide is Ricklick as the ball took a hop on Ty Anama out there. The run was going to score anyway, so Ricklick with the base hit, the RBI, and then goes to second on the fielding error, and New Philadelphia jumps out to a 1-0 lead. Some good 2-out hitting there. And the same situation, Kyle Leggett, the shortstop, now up with, again, a runner in scoring position. So that bounce of the ball could make a difference here. Single can score another run. We've got some visitors with 6 and 8 legs joining us here. There's a move towards second. Ricklick moves back in. It's a 1-0 game here, 2 out, bottom of the first. Logan Tidrick, big sophomore on deck, if Leggett can reach with 2 down. And the first pitch to him is a letter high strike. I think he looked away thinking that was going to be called a ball.
I think so too.
He looked down for the sign when he heard the strike call. He kind of did a double take. Again, Robinson looks for the sign and deals, and there's a pitch fouled back.
2 New Philly hits so far. They've done a nice job just like going with the pitch. The one hit the right field and the line drive up the middle.
They have, and again, not to belittle Robinson in any way, he's just not one of the harder throwers. It would be probably very easy mentally to go up and just take a ferocious swing at a pitch that's not really coming at you, but they have been disciplined. Set, and the 0-2 is fought off the fist and straight back, and that is why you park way far away.
I don't think they can reach our car. Mine's up on the top of the hill.
So is mine. I've been to too many games. So he gets another baseball and try it again. At 0-2, really in a protective swing mode here. Runner's got a short lead, and the pitch scooped up on the short hop.
I guess that's why they only have 2 wild pitches. That saved a wild pitch there. Nice pickup by the catcher.
Those are tough because you don't know if they're going to skip or hit a little rock and take a bounce. He was right in front of it. Kellen McMillan with the stop. 1-2 now, and inside. Well, we saw TJ Gears with an at-bat like this for Indian Valley. He eventually drew a walk, but if you can fight off the tough pitches and make the pitcher work, you might end up on base. I always enjoyed walking.
Yeah, it's just like a hit.
2-2, fouled back out of play once again. I think this one's going to stay in the limited seating area.
That's why a lot of teams really stress the on-base average. I noticed Indian Valley has on their stats because that just takes your hits and your other ways you get on.
Well, it is. If you're fast and you can slap a ground ball and somebody juggles it, you're on base. It doesn't count for your batting average, but certainly it helps your team. It's always curious when you see a guy with a 250 average and a 260 on base percentage. You know he's not doing much else to get on base besides get a base hit. Another pitch fouled off just over the screen and out of play. Oohs and ahs as a
Battle, Mike. Hang in there, Mike.
youngster never saw it coming, and it was within, 4 or 5 feet anyway. I think you're seeing the result here of a couple of good ball clubs. Hitters that are good hitters that are fighting off pitches, pitchers that are staying around the plate, and I think you're going to see more foul balls and situations with runners on base and bunting, that sort of thing, because I don't think you're going to see a slugfest. And that one is just outside, so there it is. Leggett having drawn the count full after being down 0-2 early.
That's the 8th pitch he's seen is that bat. So I can say they're doing a good job up there, just not trying to overswing, just put the bat on the ball.
Takes a look down at Coach Grimm. I doubt if he would send the runner here. And Ricklick stays home, and it's a two-hopper to third. Gosser fields, throws across the diamond to Knestot, and the inning ends, but New Philadelphia gets on the board. They get a run on 2 hits and leave a runner at second, and after 1 full inning, it's New Philadelphia 1 and Indian Valley nothing. Top of the second, Indian Valley comes to the plate in the person of Matt Gosser, and he fouls off the first pitch. So it's 0-1. Braves had a runner get to second base in the first inning, but that rally stalled. And it's 0-1. Josh Tristano,
Stay hot in there, kids.
the right-hander for New Philadelphia from the windup, deals up and a bit in, and it's 1-1. Both pitchers worked a little bit there in the first inning, didn't they?
Yeah, New Phillies pitcher threw 15 pitches and 21 pitches thrown by Robinson in the first inning. So
Gosser fights that one off with the arms. Ball to shallow right, and calling it in right field and making the catch for New Philadelphia, Travis Putnam, as he called off the second baseman Adam Wilson to make the grab. So Gosser flies out to the right fielder to start the first, 1 away, and Jared Roth will be the hitter. Roth, the second baseman, a senior, will bat left-handed, and he'll be followed by Aaron Haney. And there you see good communication. That's one of those that can be a disaster if somebody's not calling it.
Come on, Tanner. Come on, babe.
and sometimes you get that one that's almost where nobody can call because neither person's sure they can get to it. Kind of a general rule, if the guy can get to it, it's coming in, he should take it.
Right, that's a much tougher play for the second baseman. Roth takes the ball under the knees. And Tristano's second pitch to him is fouled off to the left side.
Nice cut, kid.
And into the next to last row of the bleachers. You can't keep him here. You have to throw him back.
Throw him back, huh?
I wonder if they chant, keep it, keep it.
When I coached, I always had somebody assigned. Tried to get it. A lot of times, a couple of elementary kids, if not the freshmen or sophomores that weren't starting, a lot of times had to chase them.
Yeah, there is a more limited budget. That ball is off the end of the bat. Still able to come in and make the grab is the very busy right fielder, Travis Putnam. He's made 3 putouts already, the last 3 as a matter of fact. And Roth is down, 2 away. And Aaron Haney, the left fielder, will step in. Haney comes up with the bases empty. He came up in the first with the bases loaded at Janadenhutton yesterday and cleared it. Grand slam. And that proved to be huge in that ball game as the Braves won it 8-4. Haney will be followed by McMillan, the catcher, and if it goes beyond that, Derek Cummings, the shortstop, would follow.
That was his first home run of the year, also.
That's the way to start.
Oh, now, hey, dog.
If you're going to hit a home run, wait till the sacks are juiced. He takes a strike. And Tristano with the breaking pitch. had some trouble with the curveball. It seems to be staying up on him today. If the hitters can sit on the fastball, yeah, you'll be in trouble before very long.
With a team like Indian Valley, especially.
There's the 1-1, a fastball. That one's outside.
Hey, dog.
I haven't only seen
He's
one
hard in our hand,
one
he's gotta come at you.
ball or
Pitch
strike
it.
call questioned at all by the hitters today. I think
I would think if this guy finished #1 in a professional school, why you wouldn't be.
swing and a
Nice
miss.
cut, Aaron. Nice cut. Right on it now. Right on it, hey, dog.
A ball and 2 strikes now, or 2 balls and 2 strikes on Haney. Playing left field today. And strike 3. Boy, he just blew it past him. First strikeout. And the inning is to a quick end. Nothing going for Indian Valley in the top of the second, as they've yet to get a hit off Mr. Tristano. And it remains 1-0 in favor of New Philadelphia. And they'll get ready to come to bat here in the second inning as you take a look at Tuscarora Park today.
Couldn't ask for a better day for baseball.
Absolutely. And boy, if you're not here, you should be. Glad you tuned in to watch this one. We'll have a few more games for you here on Adelphia Media Services Cable TV 2. I thank the people at the park today. Rick, am I thinking right here? Helping us get our stand for some of the shots from center field. How much better does it get than that, huh? I always like to have a little grass under my feet. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Feel a little better in the outfield. Oh, I was talking about the umpire, Josh Carlisle. I guess at that age to decide that's what he wanted to do and really commit, you can really tell that he carries himself well. Not cocky, but he's confident, and he makes a good call. I think the players and the coaches respect him right away, and that's about 2/3 of umpiring. You got to make the calls, but you know, if they
be able to sell it also.
Yeah, if they believe you and you're doing a good job, it gets easier and easier.
I got that impression from the articles in the paper on him that he was very confident. He said, "I'm going to go down there and be #1," and he turned out to be #1.
Right.
And that school's not easy because my nephew used to be a groundskeeper down there where they have that school, and they really put him through a 6-week workout, so it's not just something you don't have fun doing.
I know you and your family are tight with Joe.
Yeah. In fact, the school he went to, Joe used to run. Joe has sold it now, but it's at the same place, I believe.
Logan Tidrick will lead off for New Philadelphia in the bottom of the second. Big sophomore batting from the left side. And you recall Father Phil being a pretty good hitter, huh?
Boy. He could hit. I remember I think it was Randy Goner said one time he threw him a pitch low and outside, and he couldn't believe it. He hit it over the fence. Kind of like last night with Gonzalez. He thought he made a really good pitch, and it still went out. He was quite a hitter. Good ball player.
Logan takes a strike, and the next pitch is up. So the count's even. Tidrick will be followed by Tristano, the New Philadelphia pitcher, Travis Putnam, and then if it goes to a fourth man, Matt Gazdick, the 9-hitter, and the left fielder. Quakers got a run in the first, trying to maybe stretch it out here a little bit on Indian Valley, as Robeson is looking for the strike zone here, 2-1. Didn't pitch badly in the first inning, but I think they worked him pretty well, and he had to throw some pitches. Did he throw 21 that inning?
21 the first inning.
There's a pitch just under the knees. I mean, right there's a close pitch, but when you look at Tidrick at about 6'4½", his knees are a little farther off the ground than most people's. Well, let's see if he gives in here. 3-1 is hit the opposite way. That is slicing and staying fair. Tidrick rounds first, heading for second. He better hustle. Here comes the throw, here comes the slide, and he is out at second. Getting over to the ball was Aaron Haney. That ball nearly died where it hit. It had so much spin on it. Tidrick came around first and kind of a little bit of a rainbow, but Haney's throw was straight to the bag, and the tag by Roth was well in time.
Yeah, Roth just kind of turned, put the glove right there, and it was.
Couldn't have been, well, it could have been closer. It didn't turn out to be that close. Tristano now with 1 out takes a pitch high. Talked about his pitching numbers. He comes in batting .308, number 7 hitter today. Second pitch, takes a look at that one. Strides and takes a ball in the dirt. 2-0. So again, the hitter with the advantage getting ahead in the count. Now he can kind of sit and look for a pitch, maybe a fastball, or maybe just somewhere where he likes it out over the plate or middle in, something like that. And took a pretty healthy cut at that one and fouled it straight back.
Yeah, I think that's one he'd like to have back. That was had a good swing at it.
Yeah, usually when it goes straight back, you were right on the pitch, maybe a little under it. 2-1, Putnam on deck. 1 out here, bottom of the second inning, New Philadelphia. Wanting this game, 4-2 in the league, Indian Valley 7-0. Here's the pitch, strike on the outside corner, and now it's even at 2-2. Well, you know, we talked about the hitters battling. I think the pitchers are doing a good job of battling too.
Yeah, I think a couple times I got behind in the count and come back.
That was well off the plate, and he goes full. And you wonder, you talk to Coach DiDonato about in the past not really wanting a pitcher to throw 7 innings. You wonder how many pitches he's looking at maybe today before thinking about going to somebody in relief if his starter is going to have to throw 20 pitches an inning.
Yeah, I think he said he doesn't do as much as he used to, but he used to, like, pretty much, especially early in the year, I think he would go, one guy was going to go 4 innings no matter what, and then the next guy would
try to finish it anyway.
Right. I would think in high school, you know, you're probably, at this time of year, you're probably talking about somewhere between 70 and 90 being a maximum.
Yeah, that's a lot on an arm, because then most likely both these teams play 2 tomorrow. I know New Philly's got Tri-Valley tomorrow, and I forget who Indian Valley's got on the schedule, but they play a pretty good schedule. Everybody ready once again, and he'll, before he deals the 3-2, timeout is called as the batter Tristano steps out.
I would guess Indian Valley's probably played more games than anyone. They've got 19. This is their 20th game already. A lot of games in.
This is the Quakers' 17th game. 3-2. A little bit high, but Tristano runs with it and knocks it out of play over by the batting cages beyond the first base dugout. So it stays at 3-2. Yeah, you know, we've had spells of, we haven't had a lot of spring. This is kind of a spring-like day. We've had some summer days and we've had some winter days.
Yeah, you don't know what to prepare for when you get up in the morning.
Oh, yes. Here comes the 3-2 again. And he gets out in front of that one off the end of the bat. Gosser's going to give chase, but I think he's going to run out of room, and it drops into foul territory down the line. And we'll do 3-2 one more time.
I know 2 nights ago, I believe it wasn't in Cleveland, that looked like it was. Was that the night you were up?
I was up Tuesday, and it was the same on Wednesday. It was bitter cold. 1 away here. Full count to Josh Tristano. And here is the 3-2 again, and another pitch fouled out of play. So he has definitely wasted some pretty good pitches. And again, Robinson continues to be around the plate and really making things happen. He's not going to give away a free pass.
This will be the 10th pitch to Tristano coming up.
Wow. Again, Travis Putnam waits on deck. First inning, Jay Watson led off with a single after a sacrifice bunt and a pop-up. Ryan Ricklick singled home run. There's a one-hopper to short. Cummings comes up with it, throws on to Knestot, and the batter is finally retired. Good at-bat by Tristano, but he is finally retired on the grounder. 2 down. Tidrick led off this inning with a single, but was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. I believe that play went 7-4. And Putnam will step in trying to get something going here with 2 out. A 1-0 game.
Just noticed Indian Valley has made 36 errors in 19 games. That's pretty good for high school.
Yeah, they
averaging less than 2 errors a game.
Both these teams appear to take care of the ball in the field. 4-33 batter takes the first pitch out of play, and quickly 0-1. And that's first batter this inning he's been ahead of.
Kind of nice when you have someone this average batting this spot in the order.
Yeah, your 8 hitters batting .430. You're in pretty good shape, should be, right?
I would think.
The 0-1 is on the inside corner. Now it's 0-2. Well, the Indian Valley players pretty much in the dugout. The New Philadelphia players are deciding to enjoy the sunshine. They have vacated the dugout and are standing along the fence. I think I agree with that. That pitch bounces up there. Still not a bad thought at 0-2. If you can get the batter a little over anxious and take a cut at 1 out of the strike zone, he might make your job a little easier. Next pitch inside corner, strike 3. So both pitchers in the second inning with a strikeout. Nothing on a hit and nobody left for New Philadelphia. After 2 innings, it's New Philly 1, Indian Valley nothing. For the order, and T.J. Gears, who worked about a 9 or 10 pitch walk his first time up.
Yeah, it was 9 pitches he faced the first time. Did a good job as leadoff man. Fouled some tough pitches off. And
comes in and still is batting .296 and loops a foul out of the reach of everybody down that wide foul territory area off the left side.
A lot of foul ball territory. It would be an overthrow out that way. You could run forever.
They've got an out of play line over there probably for the overthrows as much as anything, because you could run a long time before you got to that, try to catch a foul ball. That would have to be awfully high. Gears back in. I'll tell you what, Mr. Carlisle's earning his money just trading baseballs on foul balls today, isn't he?
Sure is.
0-1, there's a bunt attempt. Not totally unexpected, as the third baseman Bieber is playing in a little bit and was charging in, but now it's 0-2.
I'm always amazed when I go to a major league game how they get a foul ball and they toss it in the stands. When I coached, we used to try to get through a game with 3 at the most 4 balls if we could because of the expense, and they throw foul balls into the stands.
Which probably didn't cost quite as much as the balls they're using in the big leagues anyway. 0-2, Gears puts that one out of play. Straight back and near somebody's automobile again. Well, again, Indian Valley ranked 4th in the state this week, and I guess every time out that puts a little bit of a bullseye on your back, doesn't it?
I think anytime you have a high rating, you like to have it as far as the kids, but it does, it does add some pressure.
Another pitch fouled off. Of course, when you get to the tournament,
everybody's 0-0.
Yeah, you're 0-0, but you've got to get good pitching. Best team in the world loses early when they don't get good pitching.
And you can have a game that you may hit 2 or 3 line drives right at somebody. And
strike 3. That was the breaking pitch. Gears took it, and the inning is over. So Indian Valley again goes down 1, 2, 3. That is 9 in a row retired by Tristano, as we're in the middle of the third with New Philadelphia coming to bat, leading 1-0. You'll have to give me the names of everyone working today, too. We are back at New Philadelphia as the Quakers get set to bat in the bottom of the third inning. 9 1-2 hitters coming up. They're up 1-0, and Matt Gazdick, the left fielder, attempts a bunt and tips it into the catcher's mitt for a strike. Comes in hitting .241 out in left field today, and he's a junior. On deck, Jay Watson, the center fielder, who has scored the game's only run to this point. And there, take a look at left-hander Mike Robinson, and he deals, and that ball is cued actually off the end of the bat, and I'm not sure Jared Roth moved a foot muscle as he stood in place and hauls it in. 1 up, 1 down here in the last of the third. And back to the top of the order, Watson singled in the first, was sacrificed second by Bieber. Then after a pop-up, Ryan Ricklick singled to center, scoring Watson. He went to second base on a fielding error, but was stranded at that point. You can take a look at the first pitch coming to Watson from our center field camera, and we do want to thank Rod Miller of New Philadelphia's Tuscarora Park for setting up the scaffolding in center field, allowing us to have this shot today. So if it weren't for Rod, we wouldn't be looking at this. First pitch was a strike, and it's 0-1. And the lefty deals up high. Watson came in batting what, Jeff?
Came in with a 382 average and singled the first time, so he went up a little bit.
Not your typical looking leadoff hitter, kind of a lankier guy, but if you're going to bat in the 390 range, you're qualified. Another high pitch. And again, we talked about Robinson's pitch count. Started the inning where?
Started inning with 40. So he's throwing 45 pitches now.
I'm sure they'd love to get at least 4 out of him. But at this point, unless things change, might not be a whole lot more, as Watson rips a drive into left center. That's going to go into the gap and all the way to the chain link fence. Watson's coming around second, and he will stop right there with a double. One down here in the third, and the Quakers have a rally going. Well, he'll be up around 400 next time.
That would he hit?
Jay Bieber, third baseman, laid down a bunt in the first inning.
Time, Blue.
And now Coach Dave DiDonato wants a timeout, and he's going to go out and talk to his pitchers. You see Watson there at the head of the bat out, and that one rolled all the way to the fence. I think he rounded first watching the ball. Right there, he's wondering, should I go to third? And then when he sees the ball being fielded cleanly and thrown in, no chance of that, but a easy stand-up double. We got a conference at the mound, the whole infield. And they may be talking again about what to do if there's a bunt.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Wouldn't be as likely with one out, but they could.
Sure
He did sacrifice the last time.
Right, and maybe wanting to see how his pitcher is doing mentally.
I think sometimes, too, you might have a tendency to bunt more in high school just because it's, you know, a lot of things can happen on a bunt play, especially, I mean, at any level, but especially, I think, in high school.
You're holding now, Matt.
Yeah, there are plenty of instances where a bunt ends up with the batter-runner scoring on that play. Watson getting a walking lead out at second. And takes off, and there is a bunt up in the air, and it's going to go foul. So they had the bunt and run on again. And that's pretty much the way they played it in the first inning with nobody out.
Both times they bunted, they've sent the runner.
Bieber couldn't keep it fair this time as it went wide of the third baseline in the air, so it's 0-1. Adam Wilson on deck, the second baseman.
Bunt in the first was his first sacrifice for the bunt for the year.
So. How about that? There's your number 2 hitter. Watson this time stays home, and the pitch is skied into shallow right field. Coming on, calling, making the catch out in right is Gears, and Watson, due to the close proximity of Gears and his momentum heading toward third, will have to stay at second base. So 2 down, and again, the pitcher does a good job of making sure that the base runner doesn't go to third. There are a lot more ways to score from third than there are from second.
Yeah, pass ball, sacrifice, error. A lot of times in error you wouldn't score from second if the infielder bobbles it.
So Robinson trying to get out of some trouble here. 1 out double has now become a runner on second and 2 down.
Philly's leading hitter, Wilson, came in batting .519.
He hit a mile-high pop-up to the pitcher in the first inning. Takes a ball here under the knees.
Come on, Swiss.
Ryan Ricklick on deck as the day's only RBI. Philadelphia has their first tournament game coming up a week from Tuesday. They're going to have to await the winner of Zanesville and East Liverpool. There's a throwback to second, but Watson is back in standing up.
Yeah, one thing very unusual in high school baseball, your tournament comes not really in the middle of the season, but about 3/4 of the way through your season.
Right.
So you get beat out of tournaments, you have to go back and
Yeah, a lot of
finish
times.
your regular season.
A lot of times you have league games to make up or play. There's a ball fouled off the plate down the left side, and so Robinson is out on top in the count. Actually, even at a ball and a strike.
Mike, come on now, go after him now.
We talked about these pitchers coming in. These are two good hitting ball clubs, good offensive clubs, but both pitchers came in with an earned run average under 3, and that is just outstanding. And they've shown here that they've made the things a little tough to score. Here's the kick and the deal, and that one is a wild pitch. That hit in front of the plate, and I think the plate actually affected the bounce of the ball as McMillan runs back to get it, but now that runner is at third base with 2 out.
Like you said, they could have got him to third. A lot of ways you can score.
I don't know how we would ever determine what they're going to call that in the official book, but it sure looked like a wild pitch from here.
Well, my unofficial book put a wild pitch.
That's as official as it's going to get today.
Hit the corner, big guy. Come on, baby.
2-1 the count now. So now he's got to throw a strike. Still pitching from the stretch with the runner on third. Throws a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. And Wilson takes it for a strike, 2-2. Well, that was a pretty good pitch for 2-1.
Yeah, that would have been, I don't think he could have done what he did what he probably should have done. He took the pitch, because I don't think he could have done much with it.
Yeah, that was breaking in under his hands. You're bound to nub that one back to the mound at best. Couple of looks at third. And a ground ball toward third, hit the runner in foul territory. Not a problem.
That's why you always lead off in foul territory at third.
It is a problem if it hurts, but
Go back and
he's not
fair,
out.
so if they throw it, they hit you in the back.
Right. Right, if that's a ground ball in fair territory and it hits the runner, he's out, and in this case, the inning would be over.
Corner, Mike, your head, Mike.
In the instance that we just saw, it's foul, and it stays 2-2.
The matter to get credit for a single, but that wouldn't do him much good.
That's a
Help
hollow
his batting
single.
average, but
I guess a selfish player is somewhat satisfied with that, but wouldn't do a lot. Again, the 2-2. This one is in fair territory. Through base hit. They were playing him to pull way up the middle, and he put it right in the spot where the second baseman normally would play, and Roth couldn't even make a dive for it. Gears gets the ball back in, but Wilson drives in the second run, and Jay Watson, for the second time today, has scored for the Quakers, and it's 2-0.
yeah, where that ball was hit, he would have scored. Had he been on second, he would have scored pretty easy with 2 outs on that.
Ryan Ricklick comes to the plate. He singled and drove in the first run back in the first inning. Batting with 2 away here. Number 4 hitter batting .319 when the day started. And there is a throw to first. Boy, Robertson with the high knee kick and then shot the foot out toward first base.
Sometimes he almost stops when he gets, which really makes it tough for the runner.
That makes it tough for the umpire, too.
Yeah.
When is that a balk? And there's another throw to first. And again, he's getting back standing up. First base coach kind of needs to read that and help out, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he tried to yell back as soon as you see him coming, but there he went with didn't lift the leg, he went with kind of the slide step.
And throws a strike. If you can slide step and have control of the baseball, that's usually the way to go. But that, if it was your normal kick, you would do it all the time.
Yeah,
so
you're doing something different. Yeah,
that's the
why a
problem.
lot of people don't. A lot of players don't use it.
Has the runner leaning back, and now a delayed steal, and the throw to second goes over the bag and into center field, and that will put the runner on third. So a stolen base and then a throwing error, and now the Quakers have a runner on third again with 2 down.
You gotta do that.
That looked like a planned delayed steal to you?
It looked like, yeah, he didn't go right away, and then
Second error on Indian Valley in the ball game. They had a fielding error after base hit in the first, which really didn't do any additional damage. Let's see if this one ends up costing them anything. The count is 1-1. There are 2 out. Robinson deals, and that one's high and away. 2-1, and again, for the 3rd inning in a row, he's thrown some pitches.
It seems like when he misses by quite a bit, but then he seems like he's able to get himself together and come back.
Ricklick with a wide stance at the plate, as there you see the throw going into center field, and Wilson hustling. So we go back to action here. That one is away, possibly low as well, and it's 3-1. I think Coach Dito did say he has some guys not playing in the field who can pitch this year, right? So, I mean, that's a luxury if they can warm up a little on the sideline.
Yeah, a lot of times in high school you just have to come in and get your, because a lot of times your pitchers you bring in are in the field somewhere, so that is an advantage.
That pitch hits, so full count. Ricklick stepped away like he was hoping it would be called inside. 3-2, and that one is low and in, and another base runner. That is the first walk issued by Robinson this afternoon, but Indian Valley Dave DiDonato will make another trip to the mound. And let's see what he's got in mind here. I think he was doing some directing of infield. I think, again, we might have a situation here where he's talking about what are we going to do? Are we going to throw through, or what exactly is going to happen if the runner on first breaks, which many times you'll do with 1st and 3rd, even with 2 out.
Yeah, usually teams have several. There's different ways you can throw through. You can throw to the shortstop and have him just keep his position. Sometimes we used to be successful. A few times we had the catcher just, if he comes out really like a really good fake and get that guy off third, you can do that too.
Right.
Or some teams I've seen, this is a little dangerous, but they'll come up and they'll fire it pretty hard back to the pitcher is another way you can do it. But make sure your pitcher knows what you're calling.
Yeah, well, it's a good reason to make a trip to the mound, I guess. Here is Kyle Leggett.
See if they might go with a delay again.
Yeah, the first pitch is high. The ball dropped out of the glove of the catcher, McMillan, but not far enough so that Ricklick thought he might have a good chance to go to second, so he stays put.
If your catcher and infielders have a good arm, you can throw through, and then a lot of times what they'll do is the guy will stop and try and get in a rundown if they first take a glance back.
Try to let that run score before they get tagged out, and they'll throw to first.
Or another play, as we used to do, is to sometimes just get picked off on purpose and get in a rundown, because rundowns, especially in high school ball, are not automatic.
Not well orchestrated.
Or especially with having to have to get the out before the runner on third scores. If the guy can just make 1 or 2 throws, why he can, a lot of times that gives the guy on third a chance to score.
Comes to the plate this time again with that quick slide step, and it's low. Good scoop by McMillan. 2-0, and again McMillan looking back to the dugout to make sure they have everybody on the same page here. Well, this is a big at bat. Base hit here, actually an extra base hit. Score a couple more runs. 1 run already in the inning. It's 2-0. Runners at the corners with 2 out, and a 2-0 count on Kyle Leggett. And this time, Kellen McMillan, the senior catcher, heads to the mound. Talks to his battery mate. Trying to see if Roberson, what year at school he's in. Oh, I guess I can look at it over here. He's a senior as well. And the next pitch misses the strike zone. He's really struggling now, 3-0. And I wonder if he misses here, if anybody's ready, or if he'll go ahead and pitch to Logan Tidrick, since Tidrick is a left-handed hitter.
They might, with a left-hand batter, they may even go 1 more batter.
Strike on the 3-0 pitch makes it 3-1. Coach Grimm giving signs at third base. Taking it all in over there at first is Ryan Ricklick. 3-1 pitch is fouled back. So full count. And again, Robeson misses.
He has that way of coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, this is quite a bit. He gets in trouble, but he gets himself together. And
all 3 of those balls were clearly out of the strike zone, and he comes back with 2 strikes. Runner on first will be going here on 3-2, and there he is going to get picked off on purpose. There's your play, coach. Runner on third. Now they're looking them both back. And if the pitcher goes back to the rubber, he can stop everything, and he gets back to the hill, and everybody gets back where they started.
A lot of action. Everybody's back where they started. He did the right thing, though. A lot of times, if you don't step back off the rubber, it's a balk, and he did the right thing.
And for people who think baseball's a boring game, actually nothing shows up in the box score there, but there's a lot of thinking going on.
Exactly.
And here's the 3-2 high, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. 2 consecutive walks. Well, you've got to wonder if he's getting tired because the number of pitches is already getting up there here, only in the third inning. It's up to about 60, close to 60 already. I think Jeff's counting those up right now. Logan Tidrick steps in, the first baseman. Singled down the left field line, kind of a bloop single in the first inning, but then was thrown out by 3 steps trying to stretch it into a double.
Yeah, he's thrown 62 pitches, so I would guess, you know, this, if he gets to this inning, this could be. I think you're right with the left-hand batter. That might be one reason for.
Yeah, Tidrick didn't exactly smash the ball last time. No. It was pretty much off the end of the bat, but he.
When you're that strong, if you can just get the bat on the ball, a lot of times you can get it over the infield.
From the stretch, I'm a little surprised there. The pitch is a fastball strike on the outside part, 0-1. Josh Tristano on deck. Quakers with a run in the inning and trying to add to it, leading 2-0. There's a ball grounded toward first. Knestot scoops it up, goes to the bag, and the rally has been thwarted. New Philadelphia gets a run in the inning on a couple of hits. They leave the bases loaded, and after 3 complete at Tuscarora Park, it is New Philadelphia 2 and Indian Valley nothing. Leading off the inning for Indian Valley, Ty Anema, the center fielder, grounded out to third his first time up. Indian Valley looking for some offense here as they have seen their last 9 hitters retired in order. TJ Gears led off the game with a walk, and everyone, including Gears, to finish the last inning, has been retired in order since then. As Tristano throws the fastball for a strike, and the next one just off the plate, 1-1. Just a great setting here at Tuscarora Park for baseball. As we talked about that, you see the bleachers in the background, and of course everything that goes along with this storied park. There's a ball looped into right, and that falls in for a base hit. So Anema has a leadoff single for Indian Valley as the Braves try to get some offense and a rally going here off Tristano. That is the first base hit he's allowed.
That breaks a string of 9 in a row he'd retired.
Mike McPeak, the DH, steps in. He flied out to center his first time. And Tristano, who worked from the stretch all of the first inning, will do it again here in the third. Fastball high.
It almost looked like he's throwing harder than he did early in the game.
You know, I thought so too. We're just talking. He's back out on the hill after maybe close to 15 minutes that last half inning, even though the Quakers only got a run. They had the bases loaded, and Robinson really had to work and throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, he threw 28 in that third inning.
Yeah, that takes a while.
But only gave up the 1 run. He seemed to be able to do it when he has to.
Here's the stretch. Look at first, and that went way up high. Well, you can see from that center field angle there, that ball tailing back toward the hitter a little bit, but it goes fast when you keep it up at eye level, but you don't get too many guys to swing at that.
Oh.
That one hits the heart, and it's a strike, 3-1.
I don't know if Indian Valley would maybe start the runner, probably not being down 2, but they could possibly, if the 3-1 count, figuring he'll probably make contact.
And Emma takes his lead, and he bluffs going as the pitch is fouled again. Straight back. Some backstops have an overhang. They try to kind of catch those balls, but not here.
Someplace you have to chase them into the woods. Here you've got some trees, but not a thick woods. Like someplace it's a.
You don't want to have to battle the snakes. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him with the high heat. Runner again bluffed, not going with nobody out. And McPeak strikes out for the first out in the inning. One away, Dave Knestot, the first baseman, the batter. He flied out to right, ending the first inning. Right-hander will step in with a runner on first, that in the person of Ty and Emma one away. It's a 2-0 game. Quakers 2 runs, 5 hits. Indian Valley nothing on 1. And a pitch outside.
It was a good job coming back from a 3-0 count there to get him.
He did.
And getting a .492 hitter.
Wow. Well, it was a borderline pitch, but it's one as a batter you
don't
are
want to get
hesitant
called
to
out.
take, right?
Yeah, most coaches are once saying if you know, they're more likely to say if you take it, get called out than if it's borderline, you go for it. Why?
Yeah, that wasn't one of those eye level. That was at the shoulders or just below, and that's just might be a strike. There's a ball nubbed toward first. Tidrick sees the ball spin away from him. Tristano covering the bag and did finally get his left foot to slide across his left toe, actually. I think it's a good call. The base coach questioning that, but Tristano got over there. If Tidrick doesn't drop the ball, he can take that himself easily, but that thing had a very funny spin on it.
Like a cue shot.
It moves the runner ahead, but there are now 2 out for Matt Gosser. Got to
Sometimes
give
those
Tristano
ones like
credit
that-
for covering the bag because Tidrick was close.
Yeah, it would have been pretty easy if he would have came all the way over. That's one of those two. Besides the spin, you have so much time. You're probably thinking about it. It's sometimes almost too easy. He did a good job keeping his composure to get it and toss it to the pitcher.
Matt Gosser, the third baseman, flied to right his first time up, takes a curveball strike.
Maybe he's getting a little better control of that curveball now.
I was going to
Maybe
say,
he's
if he
finding
can
it.
spot that for a strike with the fastball that he's come up with, it's going to be hard to score runs. Braves hitters will really have to dig in then. Jared Roth on deck. 0-1 is a strike, a fastball on the outside part.
Come on, Goss!
Gosser steps out, takes a look at the coach. I think Coach DiDonato gave him a sign that said, swing at a good one. And it is a good one on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and another inning down. So Indian Valley picks up their first hit, but they can't score. We're in the middle of the third, and New Philadelphia continues to lead it 2-0. And we're back for the bottom of the 4th inning. Brad Shoup along with Jeff Stavanis here as New Philadelphia bats,
Your head, Swiss.
leading Indian Valley 2-0. Mike Robinson still in there pitching and throws a first pitch strike at the knees.
Matt, come on, he slides. You got to come.
So he continues to battle, and I'm sure Coach DiDonato watching his pitcher very closely at this point now. If he gets in any kind of trouble this inning, I imagine they will go for some relief help.
I think probably with the high pitch count.
Looked like he took something a little off of that one, even.
I think he was out ahead of it. Tristano was out ahead of it.
Yeah, not sure that was the full fastball. A little bit of a change there, and quickly 0-2. This is definitely what Robinson needs. And there's a ground ball headed for Cummings, and it comes up on him and goes through him. He got a little bit of a tricky hop there, but I'm sure he has fielded balls like that before. And so another fielding error on the Braves. 3 for the game, somewhat unusual, and that allows the leadoff hitter to get on.
And without grass, it's probably pretty fast infield here, I think.
Yeah, they are used to playing on grass. That is one thing Coach Grimm said. He felt like they might have a little bit of a home field advantage because of the skin surface instead of the grass.
I think that may have made a difference on that ground ball. It did come up some a little bit, too, on him
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah, no doubt. Travis Putnam, strikeout victim his first time, lunges to try to bunt, and just getting back was Tristano. I don't think he thought there was going to be a throw.
That time they didn't send the runner, but he did have a pretty good jump, but got back.
Stay up there, Matt. Stay up there, Matt.
Putnam batting over 400 when the day started, struck out to end the 2nd inning. Matt Gazdick on deck, the left fielder. And a throw to first. Tristano walks back to the bag. In high school, will you throw to first just to show a slow move? Or is it even worth that? Swing and a miss, strike 2.
We used to work someone on varying the throws some, but I don't, probably not as much as they do in the professional
Well, yeah.
league. But you don't really get to know the teams as well. In the major, you know pretty much who can steal and who can't. In high school, you play the teams a few times, but if someone's played for a couple of years, you kind of get to know them.
There's a breaking ball, grounded in the hole between third and short, base hit. Haney comes up, barehands it, and throws it back into the cutoff man, but the Quakers have the first two on here and the last of the fourth with nobody out, leading 2-0.
Now you will see a bunt, I believe.
Yeah, you get your number 9 hitter at the plate and a timeout.
I think they're going to probably discuss how they're going to play this defensively. You can have your third baseman charge, you can have the shortstop cover, or you can have him stay back, and the different things you can do.
What did Coach DiDonato tell us before the game? He was worried they hadn't hit very well when they're on television.
Yeah,
Did
he
he
said
say
something
that?
about it.
Well, they have 1 hit today so far. He might chase us off before the game's over. And again, Josh Carlisle will stroll to the mound and make sure that this is a quick conference and breaks it up.
Maybe Tristano has something to do with that.
I think he's got a lot more to do with it than you
Us
or
being
I.
here.
Yeah, he has pitched very well. Josh Tristano is the runner on second base. He reached on an error. Travis Putnam is on first. He just singled through the hole to left. And now left-handed Matt Gazdick is at the plate. Junior left fielder. Popped out to second his last time up. Actually hit another one of those cue shots right out the end of the bat. That was leading off the last inning. And his first pitch has popped up in the air. McMillan goes back, dives, and had a shot at it. Good effort by the catcher. Couldn't come up with it, though, and it'll stay as just a strike.
Yeah, sure, good hustler. When he found it, he came pretty close to making the play.
Well, you think that's hard, or if you don't think that's hard, how about trying that with all that equipment on? There you go. And heading face first into the fence is a concern, as that is plywood back there. Robinson working from the stretch. Looks in, McMillan and the umpire ready now. Comes set and fakes to second. Boy, almost looked like he faked to first.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty close to maybe being a balk, but he did get turned then. I always like when you go to a game at Cleveland and they do that and half the people yell, not knowing you could fake to second or third if you want.
Right. We got a pretty educated crowd today. I didn't hear anybody yell. Yeah, there's the ball popped in the air. This is going to be caught in the air. Good job coming in. Robinson fields his position, makes the sure two-handed grab. I don't think they called the infield fly rule, did they? Because it was somewhat in doubt, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm not sure on a bunt if you can call it. I'm not sure how the rule is on that.
So the sacrifice attempt fails this time. 1 out. And Jay Watson at the plate. He has just singled and doubled and scored both runs in the game so far. Other than that, he's been pretty quiet.
And they've got to pitch to him.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike, baby.
There's no room.
Come on, get away, say, Michael.
I guess you could move him to third, but I don't think he'd want to do that.
No. And the first pitch, wow, nice pitch on the inside part for a strike.
He's to have a little better control of his curveball also as the
Turn the
He
double
seems to
play.
be pitching much better this inning than he did last inning. Really, there should be 1 on with 2 out. And there's the next pitch inside.
Pretty close, pretty close.
Kind of wanted that one. Called just off the plate for a ball and a strike. Jay Bieber is on deck. Philadelphia scored a run in the first when Watson singled and was driven home by Ryan Ricklick, and they scored a run in the third when he doubled and was driven home by Adam Wilson's single. Now this one is knocked out of play off to the right.
another one I believe was in on his hands just the way he swung. Looked like it must have been.
Yeah, that one didn't hit too far up from the handle. Not as easy to tell with the aluminum bat as it is a wooden bat. Makes the same kind of dinging noise most of the way up.
I just kind of went by the way he swung there. And you can get hits off the handle that you can't with a wooden bat also.
That's for sure. Yeah, it's the budget working again. Strike 3 called. And Watson goes down looking. Great job by Robinson again. 2 out. Wow. This guy, I've been declaring him in a coma for the last 3 innings, and he just keeps working and pitching, and you look up and still only 2-0.
He's a survivor.
Yeah, he's got a future on TV. That brings Jay Bieber to the plate now with 2 out. He's swinging away and whistles one over toward our field mic.
There are some pitchers that seem to have that ability to, when they have to, they come up with that big pitch.
Well, I think you see some maturity there as a senior, too. Not that he wouldn't have done that maybe as a sophomore or a junior, but...
Yeah, he kind of looks like nothing bothers him out there when he got the runners on. They got the first 2 runners on. He just kind of went about his business. Be big if he could get out of this inning for Indian Valley.
Runners go. Pitch is high. There's the throw to third. It is off the runner's helmet, and that's going to go out of play. He will get the base. You get 1+1 as the ball throw was wide of the bag at third and actually hit Tristano in the helmet. So that's why you wear them on the bases. And then it popped over there and across that white line we were talking about, out of play. So the following runner, Travis Putnam, goes to third, and Tristano scores on another Indian Valley error.
The throw would have been in time, I believe, had it been down.
I think you're right. But it went wide, and then the troubles began. So they steal a run, literally, to make it 3-0. The 1-0 pitch grounded on 3 hops to Gosser at third, who makes the throw across the diamond, and the inning comes to an end. So the New Philadelphia aggression on the base paths pays off as they get a run in the 4th on 1 hit, 2 errors, and a runner left. After 4 complete now, New Philadelphia leading 4th-ranked Indian Valley 3-0. And we come back here to Tuscarora Park. New Philadelphia now with a 3-0 lead as we head into the top of the 5th inning. Jared Roth leading off for Indian Valley, who've been held to 1 base hit over the first 4 innings by Josh Tristano, who is quickly turning in a very masterful performance this afternoon. And out of the wind, he deals to the left-hander way up high for a ball. Tristano through 4 innings has allowed the 1 hit, walked just 1, and struck out 4.
This 5th inning has been Indian Valley's best inning of the year. They've scored 37 runs in the 5th inning.
It's our inning right here.
Coach had DiDonato had that stat on his stat sheet here.
And as we looked at the breakdown, innings 4 through 6, they have really done some damage to some teams, scoring a lot of their runs late in the game. Not too many in the 7th, but as we discussed, you and I, they haven't batted in the 7th inning too many home games, that's for sure.
Yeah, they only lost 3 games. I imagine most of those they were ahead going into the 7th.
2-1 the count now on Roth. Wide stance. And he looks at another pitch up high. 3-1. Tristano walked the first batter of the game, TJ Gears, who really worked for that walk, 9 pitches, and has pretty much dealt strikes to everybody since then. 3-1 is out of the strike zone, and Roth works the walk. And here's the difference. A good pitcher for New Philadelphia. They've played a solid ball game, but Indian Valley's the kind of team that has confidence to know they're not out of the game, and they're not going to panic or do anything out of character, because 3-0 is not a situation they feel is too much to overcome.
Yeah, I'm sure they've had a multitude of 3-run innings this year.
Yes. Well, they scored 5 in the first yesterday on this same team. Obviously different pitcher, but not
they scored
out of the
167 runs in 19 innings, so
wow,
that would be something over 8 an inning, or over 8 a game, I mean.
Aaron Haney, a swing and a miss at the first pitch. Haney struck out to end the 2nd inning. He'll be followed by the catcher, Kellen McMillan, and Derek Cummings, the shortstop, beyond that. Only the 3rd base runner for the Braves. Check swing strike.
He's really found that curveball, I think, these last couple innings.
Yeah, he was really high with it beginning of the ball game. 0-2 here.
Another also that seems to have a lot of poise on the mound.
Haney, kind of an inside-out swing, finds the gap. It'll be cut off over in right field. Getting over there, Travis Putnam cuts it off. Haney stops at first. Runners at the corners now for the Braves. Nobody out. When you're this good every year, you carry a good group of fans home and away, and they haven't had much to cheer about until now.
You could hear him on that one. That was a nice job by the right fielder holding that ball to a single.
2nd hit of the afternoon for the Braves, and really a pitch that I thought tied him up a little bit. Coach Rick Grimm calls timeout, and he will go out and talk with his pitcher and infield. First conference they've really had to have defensively today. The first time there's been more than one base runner in any inning for Indian Valley.
Here's a situation I would think they would probably, if Indian Valley would still just throw it down if they thought they could get the out and let the run score. Just needing 9 more outs, you'd probably would give up the run to get the out. Because I'm sure Indian Valley's aware of that too. So I don't know if they'll try and go or not.
Haney is going to come out of the ball game in favor of a pinch runner, and we'll try to pick that up. I believe that's Mike Roth, who's going to be the pinch runner. Haney can re-enter if that's what they want to do. So there's a case where Haney maybe not so fleet of foot. If you decide to send him and he gets thrown out as Indian Valley, maybe you don't want to take the out. Maybe Roth here gives you a little more foot speed, not only for a steal attempt, but a base hit, get you around to third.
That's why I think in high school, where you don't have a limited roster, I think you don't have as many kids. I think that re-entry rule is good. Only the starters can re-enter if they go in the same spot in the batting, or it gives you a chance to get kids more chance to play. And
right, you don't want to lose your right fielder 5th inning. And the pitch is taken just low for a ball. Kellen McMillan grounded out to third to start the 3rd inning. Number 8 batter. Tristano in the first jam of the day throws a curveball that has popped up, backpedaling and making the one-hand grab is the shortstop Kyle Leggett, and so the runners have to stay put. Still 2 on now, 1 out, and Derek Cummings will come to the plate.
I believe he got the ball in. I mean, he couldn't get the good part of the bat on it.
Looked like another curve. As you mentioned, all of a sudden something clicked at about the 3rd inning, and he started throwing that thing for a strike.
It's funny how that can happen with pitchers. Dave Berber, about every game, seems like he has 1 inning where he struggles and he kind of gets it together.
Here's a pitch on the inside part, fought off by Cummings. So that's a strike. Now what do you do with your runner on first offensively when you're struggling for runs? Do you risk him?
He might try something, especially if he feels this. Roth, I don't know. Check his stats here. He's done as a stealer. He has not attempted to steal, hasn't been caught or had a stolen base. So
pitch up and out of the strike zone here. Yeah, you got your number 9 hitter at the plate too. If he gets caught stealing, you would hope to get a run out of it, but you just don't know how that's going to work. That one is up and in.
Yeah, I would think on any ground ball, unless it's 3rd or 1st, they'll take the out and give up the run.
2-1 here. It's the top of the 5th. Indian Valley trailing 3-0, but they have runners on 3rd, and Jared Roth, who walked, and on 1st, pinch runner for Aaron Haney, who singled, 1 out. There's the runner going, and maybe a little hit and run there, or run and hit, as it were. And there is a difference. Certainly, he was taking a protective swing there and fouled it back. That evens it up at 2-2. Well, you know they'd love to get this guy on and get the top of their order up here. Would have the makings of a big inning. Curveball, down and away. Ooh, Tristano bends at the knees. I think maybe he thought he caught the outside corner with that one.
I would guess he's going to maybe go with it. The runner on first will be off for the pitcher, but I don't know. I think the Indian Valley is probably a pretty aggressive team.
And there he goes. And the pitch is in the dirt. Ball 4. Runner on 3rd. Roth is going to hang tight because not a sure thing. You don't want to get thrown out in that situation, down 3 runs. When you've got the bases loaded, 1 out, and your leadoff man coming up, TJ Gears, who has walked and struck out this afternoon.
Yeah, well, that ball went off the side. I don't think he'd have made it because the screen wasn't. Catcher really did a good job, really got on the ball quickly.
Gears came in at, what, 296.
96.
Reached 2nd after walking the 1st inning. Well, Tristano now is going to turn around and go out of the windup. Not thinking that Roth will try anything too fancy here.
Tidrick is really in at first base. I don't know if he's expecting a bunt or...
Apparently, they don't feel if he pulls it that he's going to hit it very hard. Or maybe they do think he'll try to bunt, squeeze a run in. Roth fakes going, and the pitch is well out of the strike zone.
I think if there's any kind of a bunt, it would probably just be a safety, because I wouldn't think he'd want to risk breaking up a rally with the top of the order up and the bases loaded.
Tristano kicks and deals a strike at the knees. Had a little more trouble locating his fastball here this inning, but that was just about perfect. 1-1, one out.
For Gears to do much with that pitch. He did the right thing by taking it.
Yeah, you got 2 more strikes. And now another timeout called. Gears getting impatient. Again, Tristano going out of the windup with the bases loaded and 1 out. Probably feeling that he is struggling with his control a little bit and has a little better control going this way. That one is grounded toward the middle, base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Roth around second. The throw from center field goes beyond third base. Both runners will move up another sack, or will they? He is out at third. Derek Cummings out at third base as he hesitated, went in head first, and is cut down. However, 2 runs score on the play on the base hit by Gears, and it's now 3-2. Well, something good for both teams on that play.
Yeah, nice job with the pitcher. As soon as I thought go over his head, I thought for sure he had third. But
Cummings is thrown out.
if the catcher get that one, that would be 8.
Oh, there you see
here.
See the throw going over the head.
That would have probably been the...
That's Tidrick coming over, the cutoff man, the first baseman. So it goes 7-5-3 out at third. Gears singles home both runs, ends up at second on the erroneous throw. That's the first error of the ball game on New Philadelphia. Now a 0-1 count as Ty and Emma is at the plate, grounded to third in the first inning. Single to start the fourth, but was stranded at second base. That sun is getting vicious over on the left side.
Yeah,
see the third baseman and shortstop really have the
could be an
hands.
adventure.
Left fielder shading his eyes with his glove. Good move by Gazdic out there. And now pickoff play. Kind of a lob throw back there. I think Tristano turned around, yeah.
That play a lot of teams run when the shortstop will go over and go in front of the runner. Hopefully the runner will kind of watch him, and then the second baseman comes.
Tristano again from the stretch. Looking to the plate now, and it's fouled off. Well, Indian Valley coming in at 16-3, and not the kind of team that's going to concede, I don't think, at any point.
You kept feeling at some point they were going to break out and get a few runs.
2 down here. Pop out to the shortstop, and then after the 2-run single, a big run on an error, and there's a stolen base. And I think he steals it on the slide, Jeff, because he went head first.
Definitely ahead of him.
Yeah, and pretty much just hung onto the bag with his left hand. Looked like the play was going to be made as Bieber got the ball and put the glove out, but Gears got past him somehow and steals third.
Both teams running with stealing third base there with 2 outs.
Looking to try to manufacture something here and tie this ball game up. There's a ball sent out of play down the right field line. Stays at 0-2. That's the potential tying run at third base out there with TJ Gears here in the top of the 5th. Now 3-2, New Philadelphia. Mike McPeak is on deck. If Inama can continue the inning and sends a curveball on a bounce to shortstop. Coming up with it is Leggett, makes the quick throw to first, and the side is retired, but Indian Valley gets on the board. They get a couple of runs here on 2 base hits, 1 error on New Philadelphia, and they leave a runner at third, so we're headed to the last of the 5th now as the Quakers come to bat, still leading Indian Valley 3-2. We head to the last of the 5th as New Philadelphia comes up now leading 3-2. I think I said there had been an error in the top of the inning, and I stand corrected. The throw, although it went beyond the base, came back and a runner was cut down, so not an error, just a good tricky play.
We have to give Tidrick a lot of credit for getting over from first base to cover. That's going to be a big play in this game.
Right, as Indian Valley could not come up with the 3rd run after that was over. First pitch by Robinson, who remains in there, is a ball. Adam Wilson, the batter, has popped up and singled, and he rips one foul, hooking down the left field line. Ball and a strike. He has knocked in one of the runs today. So Indian Valley finally scratching through offensively for 2 runs in the top of this 5th inning. New Philadelphia with single runs in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th. And that's where we stand here with the Quakers batting in the bottom of the 5th. Wilson up and Ryan Ricklick waiting in the on-deck circle. Robinson puts it across the outside corner. And again, not throwing flames, but has continued to be around the plate and do just enough to hang in there. Threw an incredible number of pitches the first couple of innings, and I didn't know that he was going to last, but it doesn't really seem to be any worse for the wear at this point. There's the pitch, swung on and missed. A little lower than the bat, and Wilson goes down on strikes, 1 away. Ricklick, the batter, has singled and walked, improving his .319 average where he stood coming in. Tree shadows clear across the infield at this point.
Yeah, I have to wonder if that affects the batter, because part of the, between the pitcher and the batter is shade, and part of it's sun.
Well, it didn't affect him much as he rips one beyond the center fielder into the gap. Digging for 2 and maybe more is Ricklick, and he will pull up at second base with a stand-up double as he put that one just to the left of the center fielder, and no way could Inama get up enough foot speed to get over there that quickly. And a 1-out double gives New Philadelphia a threat as they gave up a couple of runs in the top of the inning and trying to answer here. Kyle Leggett, the batter. Sorry.
If you can get back and get a run after their team's got a couple.
Yeah, that kind of reload your confidence a little bit.
On the other hand, if you're the team that scored runs, if you pitcher can go out and hold them the next inning, that's always big too.
Robinson takes a look at second, deals, and there's a ball skied to medium right. This is going to allow the runner to tag. Catch is made out there by Gears. Nice throw, and the relay comes to third, just a tick late as Ricklick slid under it, but for a relay throw, that was awfully close.
Yeah, I didn't think when first hit it he'd be close at third, but that was a nice job.
So Leggett with the fly out, in a sense, sacrifices himself, although it goes as straight fly out, 2 down, and Logan Tidrick comes up. He has singled and hit a ground ball to the first baseman. That came with the bases loaded and 2 out back in the 3rd inning. Looked like they had an opportunity to break it open at that point. 2 away here in the last of the 5th. Still a 3-2 game. It was 2-0 at that point. Robinson's 1-0 pitch on the way here. And that one is at the knees for a strike. Runner on third, 2 away.
He really works the corners in and out, up and down. He's really, I guess he'd be what your definition is of a pitcher. He does just go out there and try and blow people away.
Right, I don't think he can afford to just aim for the middle of the plate and hope for the best. There's a swing and a miss. Tidrick got a good cut at that one, but didn't find it.
Like they were saying the other night, sometimes it's not how hard you throw, but what the difference is between your curveball and your fastball.
Yeah, if you can get a batter out in front, too much weight on the front foot, that makes the swing awkward. There's a fastball. That's probably the hardest pitch he's thrown in the last 3 innings, and it's going to twist foul down the left field line and stay at 1-2. I think he reached back maybe for about all he had on that pitch. Now how slow does the curve look?
I would expect a big slow curve here possibly. And probably with a 1-2 count, maybe something that's not quite in the strike zone, just close enough to. You want to make it close enough at the batter's temp. If you make it too bad, he's just going to take it. But you want to make it close enough that he.
Right. You want to be a little careful with that runner on third. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, foul tip into the mitt, strike 3, and Robinson gets out of it. So a hit, but nothing going run-wise for New Philadelphia. After 5 innings, it's the Quakers 3 and the Braves 2. We head to the 6th as you take a look at Josh Tristano rubbing up the baseball and getting ready to face Indian Valley's 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Mike McPeak, Dave Knestot, and Matt Gosser. He got nicked up for a couple of runs last inning in this 3-2 ball game. Brad Shoup here along with Jeff Stavanis, and the first pitch of the 6th is fouled away. Not a cloud in the sky, which makes playing left field and third and short even tougher today with the high sky and the sun in your face.
Come on, babe.
Yeah, players got to really be careful, use their gloves or whatever to shade themselves.
I saw the Indian Valley dugout kind of reapplying the eye grease, whatever they use.
Yeah, sometimes you can get it that they, I guess now it's just like a strip, a black strip, but otherwise you smear it on, so I'm not sure which they're using. I think they've got the stuff you smear
This
on.
is the smear. There's a pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Smear probably fits the high school budget better than the.
That's right.
Get it going here, too.
Easier to share. Fly out to center and a strikeout for McPeak so far today. And there's a curve, little high. Tristano's saying, where was it? 2-2. Boy, he's also a battler. And there is strike 3 on the outside corner, and McPeak really didn't have a whole lot of chance with that one. That was thrown in a terrible spot if you're a batter, in a perfect place for the pitcher.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to tip your hat to the pitcher and give him credit.
Yeah, you never want to go down, but wow, nice pitch, one away. Dave Knestot has flied out to right and was called out on the squibber that went to Tidrick, that he kind of misplayed but flipped to the pitcher, and this time there's no question as he rips a bullet up the middle for a base hit. Hit number 4 on the afternoon for the Braves. And that represents the tying run with 1 out and Matt Gosser to the plate, who has flied out and struck out. Jared Roth to follow Gosser. Tristano out here pitching a nice ball game. 2 runs, 4 hits now. There's a swing and a foul tip for a strike. Got away from catcher Ryan Ricklick, but with a little bit of contact, the runner goes back to first.
Looks like Tristano's done a good job of throwing inside corner. You know, some pitchers don't like to do that, but he's done a nice job keeping the ball in on the Indian Valley batters.
It's a quick move to first. And Knestot is back easily.
That's where I'm heading. That's where I'm going.
Take a look at Gosser, a couple of practice swings. Trying to move the base runner along here and get that tying run into at least into scoring position with 2 out. Sure, he'd rather have a base hit. That one is in the dirt. Ball and a strike.
Come on, Matty. Come on, Matty.
Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. And again, Tristano, both pitchers have really worked the corners very well. They don't seem to be grooving too many balls.
Well, one thing I've really been impressed with is Ricklick for New Philly and McMillan for Indian Valley. I think both teams have outstanding catchers, which I think really makes it really helpful to a pitcher. They really seem like they're aggressive early into the game.
There's a ball tapped, and it goes foul just beyond the plate. About the last turn of the ball, it went beyond the chalk mark there. That was going to be a tough play. Indian Valley, by the way, takes to the tournament field next week, May 1st, which is Tuesday, and they'll take on Sandy Valley at 4:30 in the Division III sectional at Cadiz at Mazeroski Field. They're the top seed there, as you would expect. Again, the Quakers more or less get a bye in that three-team tournament as they wait for the other two to eliminate one and then play the other for the sectional title. There's a ball looped toward right. That's going to fall in. Base hit, headed for the gap. Gosser rounds, takes a look at the throw, and there will be runners on the corners with one out with Jared Roth at the plate. Gosser didn't try to do too much with it. Kind of an inside-out swing and found a hole.
Yeah, protect the plate. Did the baseball do like the basketball? They seed everybody?
Yes. Yeah, they play the 8th seed Sandy Valley. Is that a good thing? It is if you're the 1st seed, and it's not if you're the 8th seed.
Right.
I know.
And 2nd seed at Kenner Camp, you have to go opposite bracket the 1st seed, which you probably would do anyways.
Yeah.
So, but what could happen if the 1st seed is really, really good, then sometimes 2, 3, and 4 are all going to be in the same bracket. Now, if 1 and 2 are pretty close, that probably won't happen. But, you know, if you have a number 1 seed everybody wants to stay away from, why?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And as you go into a tournament like that and you know you're not going to be seeded 1st or 2nd, you could always hope for the good pill.
Right.
Where now there's not a lot of luck left to it, except if you're lucky that somebody votes for you and they shouldn't have. You're
Right.
never going to say that. Most of it's based on record.
Right.
There are some
there's some
things that
I think probably overall is probably good.
yeah, it takes perhaps some politics out of it.
And you also have to reveal your vote. They know what schools they announced. At one time they didn't, like, 10 years ago they didn't. Now they announce, like they'll say, there's Indian Valley votes for. So
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, that takes some politics out of it too. No
Yeah.
closed ballot. You can't hold a secret caucus ahead of time. Tristano now with runners on the corners. Pitch gets away from Ricklick. Here comes the runner. Sliding in, safe, and the tying run has crossed the plate for the Braves here in the top of the 6th. The runner on first. Gosser is at 2nd base on the wild pitch. Ricklick did about everything he could sliding over, but it just trickled underneath his shin guard, and they could not get Knestot, who came sliding into the plate. And what do we say about Indian Valley in those late innings?
Yeah, I don't think they're ever out of a game.
3-3 now with the go-ahead run in scoring position. 1 out, Jared Roth at the plate with a 1-0 count. Tristano takes a look at 2nd. And the ball is bounced to Tidrick at 1st base. He will make the play unassisted. The runner Gosser goes to 3rd, but now there are 2 out.
Hey, Goss, pass ball, babe. Pass ball out there, 1-6.
Well, Roth, assuming was trying to find something that he could at least get to the right side to get that much done. Would have liked to see it go in the hole, I'm sure. Tidrick doesn't leave a lot of room there. He takes up a lot of space defensively.
Looks like he moves pretty well out there also.
Yep. Mike Roth stayed in the game for Aaron Haney after pinch hitting last inning, and there is a curveball that went way high. That looks more like what we were seeing in the 1st inning.
Yeah, Roth is 5 for 10 on the year.
All right, 500 hitter on the bench. Not too many ups. Takes this one way high. And isn't that a sign that the pitcher may be starting to tire a little when he's not following through and leaving pitches way high?
Yeah, I would think that'd be a pretty good indication. He's getting up there in around 90 pitches now.
2-0. That one is in there.
Comes back to get himself together and came back. Actually, looks like he's got better control of his curveball. Early in the game, he had better control of the fastball.
I think so too. He's really had some problems with the fastball in the last inning or so. Kellen McMillan is on deck. Runner at 3rd, 2 out. Tie game now at 3, top of the 6th. Tristano going from the windup whenever there's nobody on or a runner only at 3rd. And now the batter steps out. Two-one, and there is a fastball that he spotted very nicely. 2-2.
Hey, Swiss. Hey, Swiss.
New Philadelphia will come up with the bottom of their order in the 6th inning here. In what right now is a tie game. A base hit would break the tie. That one is inside, and the count is full on the new number 7 hitter.
Well, if he might come with the curveball here, since he seemed to have better control of it. You know it's 3-2.
Yeah, and he's been high with the fastball lately. Roth is not offering a real substantial strike zone. He goes with a fastball and he hits the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. But Indian Valley scores a tying run on 2 hits. They leave a runner. Middle of the 5th now. New Philadelphia coming to bat, tied with Indian Valley 3-3. We enter the bottom of the 6th inning here with New Philadelphia batting. Score now tied 3-3 as Indian Valley has come up with 2 in the 5th and 1 in the top of the 6th to tie it up here. Josh Tristano, who has pitched a good game for New Philadelphia, facing his counterpart, Mike Robinson, who struggled early but has righted himself. Takes a pitch inside.
It's amazing how both pitchers have really kept their composure. It looks like times like they're just about, losing it, and they come back to make some great pitches.
Aaron Haney, who had a base hit earlier in the game and then was pinch run for, he is now warming up on the side for Indian Valley, so he could come in as a pitcher.
I guess that explains why they didn't re-enter him before. This way they
Right.
could have him warming up.
They would have to take Roth out, of course, but maybe they would either make a double switch or do something different with Robinson. Ball and a strike now after the foul, and that one's away.
Well, Coach DiDonato said he's got 16 players that play a lot, so he has some versatility if he has to put some people in.
That is very unusual to have that many players to play. I mean, normally you might say 12.
12 is about normal, I think, that you get in high school.
There's a pitch at the letters for a strike. Two and two now. Robinson working on Tristano here. And he will work him, and that one might have been out of the strike zone, but he's going to knock it foul down the right field line. So we'll do it again at 2 and 2. Tristano works his way back. And there is Haney, who is warming up somewhat rapidly now for Indian Valley. So you would have to figure that if Robinson gets in any kind of trouble here in this tie game and as many pitches as he's thrown, probably we'll see his afternoon come to an end, at least on the mound.
Yeah, I had that last pitch, his 100th pitch.
Wow. Haney's looking on to see what's going on here. And now we get a timeout call as Tristano grows impatient. Travis Putnam is on deck here in the last of the 6th for the Quakers. And Robinson likes the pitch call, and that one is rifled down the left field line and fair. He's going to turn the corner and look at 2, but Roth is over and is up with it quickly, fires it in, and holds him to a single.
Well, if that outfield grass is pretty, I know several balls out, boy, it really dies when it gets in the outfield.
Didn't go anywhere, did it? And that was a shot off the bat of Tristano, and here comes Dave DiDonato, and we may have a pitching change right here. For the Braves, that is base hit number 8. They've out-hit Indian Valley, but we're tied at 3. Well, they talk in the infield, and that will do it for Robinson. He gets a congratulatory pat on the back.
That's what you'd call one of those gritty performances.
Yes. Yeah, it really was. So Haney will come in. Now let's see where the switch is going to take place. He has to come in for Roth, correct?
Yes, he has to come in that spot in the order, so Roth would have to come out.
And he comes jogging out. We'll get a new left fielder as well. DiDonato, Coach DiDonato, discussing it with home plate umpire Josh Carlisle as he makes the double switch. See, he could go right to the National League. He's good at that.
Right, yeah. I think Gene Mock's one he used to give credit for
more or less inventing that. Gene Mock was a happy guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had a great record, never got in the playoffs.
No wonder he was cranky. That'll do it to you. Well, he was at Montreal for quite a while. They still have a history of that. They seem to play over their heads a lot, but good enough for second or third place.
They can't keep their players. I believe Malk was a manager in Philadelphia. Blew that 7-game lead with about 10 days to go or something.
Yes. Well, the new left fielder is going to be Drew Norman. Junior will come in. He'll
have to go into
he'll be in the
spot.
Third spot in the
DH
batting order, but
gonna
that's
remain.
where the DH is with Mike McPeak, so he may be a defensive-only replacement. And is he going to play center or left? Now they're having a little discussion out there about what they want. Meanwhile, Haney continues to warm up here. Situation, it's the last of the 6th. Nobody out. Josh Tristano is at first base for New Philadelphia, and the score is tied at 3. And now we're getting a pitch runner for Tristano.
I think he's just going to talk to the coach, maybe. Oh, he is that? Okay.
They may just be trying to protect him since he's pitching.
I used to do that sometimes when if the pitcher late in the game, let the way get him rested while.
So we'll pick up the pinch runner for you. So we have a pinch runner for Tristano at first with nobody out. He's getting a quick briefing from the first base coach here. That's a big, big base runner. And there you see in the ball game, that is Matt Riccardi, a junior, number 14. He has 3 stolen bases on the year, so a bit of a threat on the base paths. And the number 8 hitter, Travis Putnam, the right fielder, steps in. He has struck out and singled. And first pitch, he offered at it, I guess. Or maybe it was a called strike. It looked too high. I think he
offered at it.
I think
I'm
so.
Sure.
I think he thought maybe he had pulled it back, but you take that little stab late like that. That's a called strike. So Haney comes on and fires the first pitch strike. There's a square and a fair ball. Haney fields. He'll throw to first. The sacrifice is in order. Putnam gives himself up. It was 1-4 on the coverage. Was that Roth over there?
No, the first baseman.
Oh, did he stay home?
Yeah. The second baseman did his job. He was backing up.
I saw him walking away, and I had.
Haney did a nice job. I noticed when he came down off the mound, he right away put his hand and let the catcher know he had it. So it was one of those that was almost in between. That.
Well, he's rather lanky. He goes about 6'4", and made sure he took his time and got his balance on both feet and didn't try to throw it sidearm or do something crazy. An error here could be very costly in a 3-all game. Last of the 6th, 1 out. The number 9 hitter, Matt Gazdick, is batting. The runner in scoring position. He has twice hit balls in the air that did not leave the infield. Well, check that. We've got a pinch hitter. And it's up high.
Steve LaCroix.
Steve LaCroix, pinch hitting, comes in with a .222 average. Took a ball, and now a strike. So it's all even. So the wheels are starting to turn here a little bit now with the go-ahead run at second in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 from Haney. Swung on and missed. Good location on that pitch. Again, Tristano started the inning with a single. He has given way to a pinch runner. Matt Riccardi, who is at second now with 1 away. I'm assuming that Tristano will come back. Well, there's a throw. Haney, an awkward move, but yeah, they really had the runner leaning. I wonder if he was going.
Well, they stole third before, so it could be that.
Now, Coach DiDonato noted that Philadelphia is much more aggressive on the bases in the last couple of years. There's the move as Haney turned. You can see there's the daylight between the runner and the shortstop covering, but the throw wasn't perfect, and he got back in head first. There's a jam shot rolling down to third. Going to be a tough play. There's the high, long throw, way out of line. And coming on to score will be Riccardi. Gosser really had to run in on that ball.
That would probably be a hit in an air.
Is that who that was? No, that's a new third baseman.
That's number 9 would be.
Todd Apple has come on, and he charged and made the throw wide. Allows the run to score. I don't know, but that's not an infield hit, isn't it?
I believe it would be a hit and an air. Right.
So LaCroix comes on and gets the infield roller for the hit. No RBI there, though, as the run scores on the error. Runner goes to second, and it's now 4-3. And a slow curve. Haney floated that breaker up there to Watson. His knees buckled, and that was it. There's the slow roller going down the third baseline. You can see Apple having to come in and feeling that he had to make the throw, and he did have to make the throw quickly, but it was well wide, and that has allowed the go-ahead run to score for the Quakers. As you see,
that's
the runner scoring there. Is
always a third
Haney's
baseman's toughest play.
Yes. Yeah, coming in, and you have to throw across the body.
And you're not expecting because the guy takes a full swing, and if they bunt, at least you're expecting you're already charging. But
Haney's next pitch was high. He throws another slow curve. That one's low, and it's 2-1. LaCroix out on second base with one out. So New Philadelphia has answered here in the last of the 6. There's a fastball strike. Watson, the batter, has singled, doubled, struck out, scored 2 of the 4 runs. Check of the runner, Haney. Long pause, and the pitch fouled away. Certainly not a straight overhand pitcher by any amount of imagination. He comes from a kind of a wicked 3/4 sling there, doesn't he?
probably tough for the right-handers to keep that foot from heading towards the dugout.
That probably makes the curveball sweep a little bit more too.
Yeah, sometimes if it gets a little flat, but usually it's a bigger curve too.
And he looks back at LaCroix and comes to the plate, and that's a big curve, and he stays on it and singles to center. They're going to send the runner. Here's the scoop and the throw toward the plate. That's going to be cut off by Knestot as LaCroix scores from second on the single by Jay Watson, who's had a big day. 3 base hits and an RBI here for New Philadelphia, and they're up 5-3 in the last of the 6th. Well, he saw the curve a couple of times, and the third time he stayed with it.
Did a nice job of waiting on it, just not trying to hit it too hard.
That's the other thing. He throws that about 30 miles per hour.
Again, once that ball gets in the outfield, the guy's going to score because the ball just dies.
Yeah, the grass is cut, but it's just cut high. It's neatly trimmed. There's a throw to first. That has the look about it like it was, been cut in the at least in the last day or so.
Yeah, well, it's like mine. I have to mow it about twice a week right now. It really grows.
It's
so
thick.
It's very thick.
Runner stays and the pitch is high. Well, now Indian Valley is looking at needing a 7th inning rally just to stay in this thing, as they will have their 8, 9, and 1 batters scheduled to come up. Haney's pitch is bunted. The runner was on the way on the bunt and run. Haney fields, throws to first. Good stretch by Knestot. Now the runner tries to take third, and the throw is there in time.
Wow.
Great job by Haney. Knestot with a nice stretch, and then the throw to third, and Apple applies the tag to Watson, and the inning is over on the play around the infield. A great defensive play by Indian Valley, but New Philadelphia comes up with 2 runs on 3 hits, and we head to the 7th inning now with Indian Valley coming to bat trailing 5-3. Brad Shoup and Jeff Stavanis back here at Tuscarora Park as we head to the top of the 7th inning. New Philadelphia trying to protect a 5-3 lead, and Josh Tristano's pitching day is done as Logan Tidrick will move over from first base and try to come on and save this ball game. Tidrick, a big right-hander, bats left, but a right-handed thrower. And, Tristano went 6 innings, did a good job of allowing only 3 runs for Indian Valley, on 5 hits. And Tidrick has a rather impressive ERA. And it looks like he does work mostly as a relief pitcher.
Only pitched 7 1/3 innings. He has 9 strikeouts, so must be his role, must be as a relief pitcher.
Earned run average at 0.95. So Tristano is out, and the new first baseman for the Quakers is Keith Klingler, number 33. So he takes Tidrick's spot on the field, Tristano's spot in the batting order. Right now, though, it's Indian Valley who has to worry about batting as they've got Kellen McMillan, the 8th-man up. Todd Apple is on deck. He had come in for Cummings, although he was playing third. Came in for Cummings in the batting order, and then back to the top with TJ Gears. So it's 8, 9, and 1, and the Quakers have a 2-run lead.
Indian Valley came off the field pretty fired up after that double play. I don't know if that will, maybe they can carry that over into this inning, hitting-wise.
I think if they can get the leadoff man on it, it will rekindle itself right away, don't you?
Whenever that tying run comes to the plate, I think it's kind of a picks you up.
Well, let's see what Tidrick's got to offer here. There you see the big right-hander. He kicks and fires it down and in. Pretty good fastball, and he was throwing some slow breaking stuff too in warming up. Top of the 7th, the Braves need 2 to tie and keep this thing going. And the pitch is a strike. They won at Janaden yesterday, 8-4. New Philadelphia trying to gain a 2-day split here.
Like the major leagues, you play a series.
Yeah. Usually you don't go home and away. There's
true.
a strike.
Sometimes they do in basketball. I never could figure that out, why the NBA sometimes does that.
They do a lot of strange things. 1 and 2 now. Tidrick kicks and delivers. There's that slow curve, and it's way outside. Well, McMillan got a look at it. Next batter will be Todd Apple. And they try to get McMillan on. Batting over 400 when the day started. In fact, Apple, coming up off the bench, is batting over 370. So, no slouch there. Here's Tidrick wincing in for the sign, and the pitch is fought off. One hopper back to the box. Tidrick lobs it over to Klingler, who had a toe on the bag, and 1 up, 1 down in the top of the 7th. Well, you like to get a better swing than that, but he had 2 strikes.
Yeah, you have to kind of protect when you have those 2 strikes on you.
You almost would rather foul that off than hit it back to the box, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
1 out. Apple's first plate appearance of the day. Derek Cummings started at short. He grounded out once and walked in his other trip. Gears, the on-deck batter, the leadoff man, is 1 for 2 with a walk. Again, Tidrick throwing to his battery mate, Ryan Ricklick. Klingler is at first. Second baseman, Adam Wilson. Jay Beaver at third. Kyle Leggett's the shortstop. And there's a strike. I believe LaCroix stayed in left field after he came in last inning. Jay Watson in center. And the right fielder is Travis Putnam. And there's a pitch laced towards center, but right at the center fielder, Watson, who lopes over and makes the gliding catch. 2 up and 2 down for Tidrick here on the top of the 7th, and Indian Valley's down to their last out. They're 16 and 3. That ball was
That was one
stroked
of the
well,
better hit balls of the day.
Right at him. It was an Adam ball. Well, we do know one thing. Gears will not go down without a fight. He started the game with a nice at-bat and is pretty much the kind of a guy you'd expect to be leading off, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks like the ideal leadoff hitter.
Takes a strike at the knees, and I think that was not the fastball. That was an off-speed pitch of some kind.
His on-base average is 469. So
He hits a bouncing ball towards second. Klingler had gone over to cover, now gets back, and in time makes the grab. 1-2-3 ninth, and New Philadelphia has given themselves a chance in the ECOL by picking up a 5-3 victory here at Tuscarora Park today. So we will come back and wrap up this New Philadelphia win here on Adelphia Media Services TV2 when we return to Tuscarora Park. Well, the sun fades away. A nice win for New Philadelphia at their home field today as they knock off league-leading Indian Valley 5-3, and that gives the Quakers still some hope in the East Central Ohio League because they are now 5-2. Indian Valley drops to 7-1, 16-4 overall, and the Quakers got a nice pitching performance from Josh Tristano today with the win, and some good key base hits, some good offense at key times, and you've got to do that to beat a good team like the Braves, and they did it today.
Yeah, I thought the one real big defense they played was when that overthrow when they got third baseman back, and Tidrick came all the way from first base, and they cut the runner down third. At that point, they would have had men on second and third and just one out.
Right, and that would have been the go-ahead run, and as it turned out, they did not score the fourth run and never did, and it ended up 5-3 for New Philadelphia. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors today, and that probably prevented an error on that play. 3 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors for Indian Valley, a couple of costly ones today, and as we mentioned, Tristano with his third win against no losses this season. Good pitching performance by him today, as he gave up all 5 of the hits, but struck out 6, only walked 3, and didn't find himself in trouble a whole lot.
Yeah, he was able to make the pitches when he had to. A couple times it looked like it was like you said earlier, it was early in the game he couldn't get the curveball over, and the fastballs where he went. And later on it's kind of reversed, but no matter what happened, he seemed like he could always make the pitch when he had to. And I thought the Indian Valley's pitcher Robinson also did a good job. He was amazing. He only walked 2, I believe.
Right.
He's behind on some counts, but somehow he'd come back and make the pitches when he had to.
Yeah, his line, Robinson took the loss, the left-hander, with his second loss of the season. He pitched 5+ innings, allowing 8 hits, struck out 4, walked 2, and was responsible for 4 of the runs which scored. And Aaron Haney finished up. The save goes to Logan Tidrick. He has 5 saves now for New Philadelphia. 1 inning of all zeros. He had a couple of weak grounders and a fly ball, and really did the job. It's nice when you've got a guy that big and can come in and throw strikes and finish up for you. I think that gives the starter a little confidence that he doesn't have to go on the last fume of gas and try to get it done himself.
And he's making the most of his innings. He's got 5 saves. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings, so he's kind of a specialist for New Philly. And like you said, that's got to be a big boost for them.
I think the Quakers will enjoy this victory today, even as they get ready to play doubleheader tomorrow, and knowing that, again, they stay in the East Central Ohio League race. I believe we saw 2 pretty good baseball teams here today, and you'd have to think the chances of them doing something in the tournament at this point, from what we saw, seem pretty good, again, if you get the pitching.
Yeah, pitching really becomes important. You can, if you run a real good pitcher in a tournament, maybe a team doesn't hit well, but they've got that outstanding pitcher. And usually the first games of the tournament are spread out enough that if a team wins one game, they can come back with the number 1. Usually the first games are like a week apart. But this was a real good high school baseball game day. Very enjoyable to watch.
Certainly was again. So thanks again for watching with us today. Great crew here with Adelphia Media Services TV2. As we wrap it up, once again, our final score from Tuscarora Park, it is New Philadelphia defeating Indian Valley 5-3. For Jeff Stavanis, this is Brad Shoup saying so long from New Philadelphia.